Hi everyone, it's Monday morning, 9 o'clock. I'm going to wait for a couple, maybe another 30 seconds or so to wait for people to come in, and then we will have a little chat. Hello, hi. So Monday, I've been committed to come to talk twice a week on Monday and Thursday, and I missed last Thursday, right? Last Thursday, things get in the way, and I could not get online. And this makes me think, oh, okay, why did I miss it? Things get in the way. I had other things to do, which is fine, right? But also it starts to make me reflect on how many things I'm doing or how many things I am attempted to do. So today's talk is on productivity. We all want to be productive, and which is great. We all want to be doing our things. Actually, being productive is to think that we do have a lot of jobs and obligations. So we are doing a lot of things at the same time. We have our job. You could be a mother. It can be a partner. And there are a lot of times that we want to get on our task and do all the jobs very well. And the human capacity, or our capacity to produce things or be productive, it can be quite extraordinary, right? So you can actually do a lot of things. But sometimes the ability or the capacity to produce or be productive, be efficient, can also be a curse. And why is that? Because one, we may tend to do so many things at the same time, and as we all know, when we try to do many things at the same time, nothing gets done very well. I used to think that productivity means doing more. The more is better, right? The more we do, the more busy we are, it's better. But turns out doing more does not make it better, because the quality of what you want to do tends to go down, right? So there is a threshold of how productive we are versus how much we do, right? And we have to really regulate that. So first of all, when we try to do too many things, then nothing is done very well. So it's a quantity over quality thing. And at the same time, it's also not uncommon to fall into a habit of overdoing, or sometimes in some of the things can be over-giving, right? We want to perform at work, we want to support our family and students and people who need us, we want to achieve our goals in the dream, we want to do all these things. And we can get into a habit of overdoing or overgiving, being overly productive. And there are two results. One is, to ourselves, we are pushing too hard and we are causing stress, exhaustion, or even burnout. And to the outside, we're not actually making quality work, right? So everything is kind of like meeting the mark, checking the box, checking off the to-do list. But there's nothing feeling that we have been wholehearted focus on doing that fully. Now it's challenging because we do have different things that we need to do in our life, right? You know, I can't just say, you know what, for the next 30 days, all I'm going to do is to do yoga. Family, no, you're not part of my life anymore. You can't do that, we can't, right? We do have all these hats that we have to wear and all these responsibilities that we are having. So what can we do? I think there are a couple of strategies on thinking about how to manage productivity and at the same time having some good quality work and focus. One is obviously to get rid of the things that really don't need, that we like looking into our agenda. I realize I've signed up for many things and I really don't have time to do that. So there are times that we will have to prioritize and also be willing to get rid of some stuff. Last weekend, there is a teacher that come back to my studio to teach, and I was going to join the workshop. And then at the end, I realized that I have too much on my plate and I have to give up on that. Even that thing can be still valuable, right? We can't do everything. We don't have the time, we don't have the energy to do everything we want to do. So there are times that we will have to be very clear on priorities and move something out of the way for now. So get rid of the things that absolutely we don't need. I think that's like the first line, right? You know, scrolling or, you know, whatever that is to you. But then also to notice that even there are things that can be beneficial, we may have to put it aside for now. So that's that. So that would clear out some clarity. So that's like boundaries, priorities. And then is to understand that we still have many hats, but can we focus on doing one thing at a time? Meaning that if I am on the time that I'm dedicated to my family, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to do something else. I can give you an example, right? So I would do a yoga practice, and then within the yoga practice, first I'm thinking about myself. This is my practice. And then half of the practice, I start to think about, oh, you know what? I'm going to think about how to sequence in a class. And then, so I start to bring that practice into practicing for my student. And then in the middle, I was like, you know what? This is great. Maybe I should like film myself and put some social media content up. And it sounds productive, right? Yes, multitasking. And there are even people out there that recommend you to do that, right? Multitask. How can you like repurpose, you know, get on the mat and do all these things together, right? You know, practice on your own, plan your sequence. Now, practicing on the mat can actually inspire me to what I'm going to teach in the sequence, but it's very different from kind of shifting gear for a practice for myself and then change my head into, you know what, I'm going to think about what my sequence is, and then I'm going to think about what my social media contents look like. That is not quality work or productivity. In fact, it's actually kind of the opposite. I ended up not having a great practice. I'm not really focusing on planning the sequences, a little bit here and there, and the result is nothing's done well. So it's hard because we do get distracted when we're doing something. Then our mind would have a thread of taking you somewhere else, which is great. So some of the strategies I use is if I actually have something that comes in my mind, let's say I'm in a practice and then I thought about, this would be great to put in class. I write it down and then move back to my practice. And then I have to really diligent to separate my filming time versus my practice time. So you have to really clear out the boundaries. I'm using my self-yoga as an example, but that can be anything in your life, right? So there's a strategy called time blocking, right? Meaning that you block out that time and that time is for that thing. So if you're a writer, that you block that time and that time is strictly for writing and nothing else. And in that particular time, you are fully 100% doing that thing only and only. If you have carved out the time with your family, so I would have a policy at home that at dinner time is a family time, no screens at all. Like everyone has to put it away because we don't want to be distracted, and that is the time that we are spending quality time together as a family. So we can draw out these rules and we have to be really diligent on maintaining and diligent in keeping these boundaries so we can really focus on one thing at a time. It's really, really, really hard these days, right? You know, distractions come in the way and we can't stop them. So we really have to just build that shield around us and to stay focused. So a couple of things that I talk about today is one, on productivity. So one, productivity is not about doing more, but it's about doing things better, right? Doing less, perhaps, but better. And the second one is there are times that to really be doing good quality work, we have to get rid of something, even if that thing can be valuable, because we can only have that much time and energy to do all the things that we want. And we can't do everything we want. We have to prioritize, even if that thing is good for us. The third thing is thinking about, while we do have all the hats that we have to carry in our lives, so we have many jobs, we have many things that we have to do. We can't just say, I'm going to focus on one. I'm going to focus on my family right now and nothing else. We can't do that. We have all these things that we need to do. But to draw the boundary, so when you are focusing on a particular job, a task, and be 100% doing that thing only and nothing else. This is hard, but bit by bit, little by little, it really works. And you will feel that you are less burnout, less stressed, and producing more quality work. And most importantly is you really start to have more clarity, right, in your life, and feeling less chaotic, which is, I feel like this is a common problem that I hear from everyone, including myself. We all suffer from too much distractions and feeling very chaotic, and think that we are kind of always running behind things. I was joking to somebody, if running behind is type of cardio, this world don't have like weight problems anymore, right? Running behind things. So something to consider about what is productivity, and consider to produce more quality work instead of just ticking the boxes. I'm going to Hong Kong, but I will still stay online. I'll see you on Thursday.